I am Savio Lasrado from Logical History Bharat. Here, we uncover the real stories of our nation. Through analysis and evidence, we empower you with the truth. Join me as we explore Bharat's history. The 2026 US-Israel-Iran conflict, escalating from late February 2026, has turned the Strait of Hormuz and surrounding waters into a high-risk zone for civilian merchant shipping. Both sides have conducted strikes, with Iran initially targeting vessels, often in retaliation, and the US enforcing a blockade since April 2026 via precision strikes on suspected Iran-linked tankers. 38 to 46 plus commercial vessels attacked hit in and around the strait since war onset, Kepler, IMO, and industry reports. Seafarer fatalities, at least 7 to 14 confirmed, possibly higher, with many more injured, missing, or traumatized, hundreds stranded or facing job losses due to halted voyages, insurance spikes, and rerouting. Indian seafarers heavily impacted. India supplies 3.2 million global seafarers. Recent US strikes alone hit 3 Indian crude tankers in 1 week. March 11, 2026, multiple strikes, including on Skylight, the first major hit affecting Indian and other vessels. Then, the Mayuri Nari, a Thai-flagged bulk carrier, was hit by causing a fire, the crew was evacuated, and fatalities were reported. One Majesty, Star Gwyneth, Safety Vishnu, Zephyros, and others. Explosions, fires, engine room damage, at least 7 plus seafarers killed, several missing injured across incidents. Other early hits, Haji Ali Indian Dhow, Olympic Life, container ships, etc. Iranian drones, missiles, boats, and USVs used. Many crews abandoned ships, pollution risks from oil spills. Dozens more incidents, MT-MKD Vyom, GH Carlo, various tankers and bulk carriers. Iranian forces allegedly targeted neutral vessels, some Tehran-approved routes with fees reported. US coalition responses included interceptions and counterstrikes. Cumulative. Significant seafarer deaths, 4 killed plus 3 severely injured in one March incident, injuries and psychological trauma. Many lost jobs as shipping slowed dramatically. MT Marivex Palau flags June 8. 24 Indian crew. US FA-18 strike on engine room for alleged blockade violation. All rescued safely by Oman. MT Setebello Palau flag June 10. 24 Indian crew. Hellfire missiles into engine room. 3 Indian seafarers killed, Chief Engineer Patnala Suresh, Fitter Shivananchu Rashia, Deck Cadet Aditya Sharma, 21 rescued, Ship Manager disputed, warnings received. MT Jalvier Guinea-Bissau flagged June 11, 20 Indian crew, 2 Hellfire missiles, all evacuated safely. These are part of US enforcement against shadow fleet vessels allegedly carrying Iranian oil. India protested strongly, summoning US officials multiple times. Sailors, often from India, the Philippines, and many other parts of Asia, sign on for 6 to 9 month contracts to transport cargo, oil, food, essential goods, and materials that support economic development around the world. They have no say in geopolitics or sanctions. They are simply doing their jobs and keeping global trade moving. Their mission? Safe delivery. In return, death, severe injuries, burns, trauma from explosions, fires, disability, or job loss, contracts terminated, blacklisting fears, mental health crises. Families suffer. Widows, orphans, lost remittances, USD 6-7 billion annually from Indian seafarers. Many face lifelong hardship. Examples: survivors recount abandoning burning ships, watching colleagues die. Stranded crews, thousands affected, endure isolation, unpaid wages, family separation. Industry condemnation, attacks on civilians likened to war crimes, calls for Red Cross-like protection for merchant shipping. We must address the broader human cost to seafarers, ordinary duty, extraordinary loss. This pattern shows seafarers as untended victims in a conflict not of their making. Media often underreports the human stories behind the headlines. Since the 2026 war began in late February, dozens of civilian merchant ships have been hit by missiles and projectiles in the Strait of Hormuz and Gulf of Oman. From Iranian strikes in March on vessels like the Mayuri Nari and Skylight, causing fires, abandonments, and multiple deaths, to the recent US strikes on MT Marivex, MT Setebello, and MT Jalvier in June, where 3 Indian brothers, Patnala Suresh, Shivananchu Rashia, and Aditya Sharma, lost their lives doing nothing but their duty. These are not soldiers. They are normal human beings. Fathers, brothers, sons, husbands from India and around the world. Every sailor dreams of returning home after completing their contract. Instead, they come back in a body box. It is such a heartbreaking loss for their families, mourning loved ones who died in a war that was never theirs. They go to sea to feed their families and keep global trade flowing, 90 to 95% of world commerce. In return, the human toll, sailors paying with their lives. Death from missile strikes on engine rooms. Severe injuries that leave them handicapped forever. Or loss of livelihood, jobs gone, families in debt. I, Savio Lasrado, a retired seafarer with 25 years at sea, know this life very well. sailors are paying with their lives. It's a human toll we cannot ignore. I understand the pain, and I believe many sailor viewers understand this pain too, when we lose someone we know in such a tragedy. I appeal to the Honorable Prime Minister, the Directorate General of Shipping, the National Union of India, and the Ministry of Ports and Shipping to raise a strong voice against America. India should request the United Nations to bring the entire global shipping industry under the protection of the Red Cross, so that even during times of war, no one can touch merchant maritime vessels or risk the lives of the innocent people on board. Anyone who attacks a merchant ship must be treated as a war criminal. America has long history record of everywhere they go, they only bring chaos. Their interest is only personal gain and selfish benefit for their country. No matter who dies or how many people perish for their hunger for oil and control, this country only leaves behind curses and has no well-wishers. America is the country that shows its power only to the weak and bullies them. It is time India replies strongly. Every department should raise its voice and condemn the US for this manslaughter and the killing of innocent people for their own greed. I wish this video reaches America and its administration. If America has any shame left, then stop this war. You have been shamelessly beaten by an unexpected country that you thought would be a cakewalk, and it has now turned into a nightmare for the US. As a citizen of India and a former sailor, I would like to ask American administration and Donald Trump with these 5-point questions. Why are you firing missiles at civilian merchant ships carrying ordinary seafarers who have nothing to do with your war against Iran? These are not warships. They are commercial vessels with Indian, Filipino, and other innocent crew simply doing their duty to deliver cargo. 3 Indian seafarers have already died on MT Setebello alone. Is killing unarmed sailors now acceptable US policy? You lecture the world about human rights, maritime safety, and strict rules in your own waters. So why do you apply completely different deadly standards in international waters near the Strait of Hormuz? If safety of human life is so important to you, why the double standards? Why is it okay to risk oil spills, environmental disaster, and loss of innocent lives in the Gulf, but not in your own backyard? Who exactly is this war in Iran benefiting? And at what cost to innocent civilians and global seafarers? While American weapons manufacturers and certain geopolitical interests may gain, ordinary sailors are losing their lives. Who exactly is this war in Iran benefiting, and at what cost to innocent civilians and global seafarers? Families are being destroyed, and the global economy is suffering from disrupted oil and trade routes. Is this war really about freedom and security, or about power and profit? Fourth question is, if merchant shipping is the lifeline of humanity, moving 90-95% of world trade even during wars and pandemics, why are you treating sailors like collateral damage instead of protecting them like the Red Cross? Was this a personal vendetta of the American administration against India simply because India refused to follow your terms? Under the leadership of our Prime Minister, India takes the decisions that benefit the people of India. Has the killing of innocent sailors benefited the population of America in any way? The entire world wants to know. Fifth and final question. When will America take responsibility, apologize to the families of the slain Indian and other seafarers, and stop this dangerous practice of attacking commercial vessels? Your actions are not only costing innocent lives, but also damaging your own moral standing in the world. The families of Patnala Suresh, Shivanand Chaurashia, Aditya Sharma, and many others deserve justice. Will you continue to act with impunity, or will you finally practice the human safety values you preach? Prime Minister, sir, the seafarers of India look up to your strong leadership. We trust you will stand with us. I am Savio Lazrado from Logical History Bharat. To all my fellow sailors who are still sailing the dangerous seas or are back home with your families, please share this video widely for the cause of those we have lost at sea. Your voice matters. Let the world know the human cost of this war. Like this video, share it very importantly, and subscribe to Logical History Bharat for more important updates soon. Thank you. May the seas be safer for all our brothers.